Okay. Let me share my screen. All right, let me know if and when you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
All right, cool. So I want to create a pre-sale page. So basically, the whole point of ChatGPT is to make your work faster, right? So it's to make your work faster, it's to make your work easier. And a lot of people have been, there's a lot of noise around, is AI going to replace people's jobs? People are saying yes, some people are saying no. And the truth is, I think it's somewhere in the middle. AI will replace jobs. However, people's jobs will not be replaced by AI. People's jobs will be replaced by other creatives who know how to use AI. In other words, a copywriter is not going to lose his job purely to AI. Rather, a copywriter is going to lose his job to somebody that knows how to use AI. So that's why I think it's important that you learn how to use it as a tool in your toolkit, because you're not going to be able to compete completely organically with somebody that uses AI. And I'm going to show you why. So I plan to create, this is the tool I'm working with. I'm planning to create a pre-sale page for this tool. Pre-sale page is basically a page that allows you, that is like a blog, but rather than just being a blog that just gives information, it answers a specific question and has a state comparable to take action. In this case, the action will be to submit their emails to be able to sign up for our newsletter and get more information. So it's in the legal tech space and allows people to create a will. So now, what most people would do is that they just write a pre-sale page. So I'm going to do two versions. Let me create a Google document so that I can save what I'm writing. Are you still following? Can you still hear me?
Yes, yes.
All right, cool. Let me just quickly create a document so that I can save what I'm writing. Right. So now, let's say I want to write a pre-sales page, and I say write a pre-sales page for Lightwheel, a product that allows anyone to create their will online. Right. So now, of course, to write something, but yeah, I can bet it's going to be very, very generic. So let's wait for it to finish. Okay. Can you read what is writing, or do you need to zoom in?
We can.
Yeah, I can read it.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
All right. So this is one of the issues with ChatGPT. Once there's a lot of what's the name now? Once there's a lot of traffic, it slows down a bit. So let's just, maybe it is. And sometimes it's because it has exhausted the number of words. So if you keep, okay, it's still loading. It was hanging. I'm guessing that means it is at capacity. Yep, high demand.
You're even lucky to get in. I've been trying to get in since 3 days now.
Okay. The trick is to remain logged in.
Oh, okay.
The trick is to remain logged in. So don't log out. If it's on your laptop, don't close the tab. Plus, the fact that I use a Mac doesn't close tabs. I have many of my tabs open. Like, see now, I grouped all of these are tabs that I opened. I don't close them. So when I need them, I open it. Since you're already logged in, most of the time it won't ask you to log out. You just refresh and to reload, and that's it.
Thank you.
All right. So now this is the sales page. Let me copy the generic version. Let me just copy it and put it somewhere. So this would be the generic version. So give me a sec, let me copy the last part. So you notice that it's not actually bad, it's just that it's not extraordinary. To be fair, it's not bad, it's just that it's not extraordinary. If you are actually a beginner writer and you write this, it's not bad. So if you're a beginner writer with zero experience, zero technical skills, you just write, just pure writing, then ChatGPT is going to replace you 100%. I'm going to show you why it cannot replace people like me, because what we have is beyond just ordinary traditional. Sorry, so this is the generic version. Give me a second. Okay, so now this is generic version. So if I want to write my own now, here's what I'm going to do. Let me create a new chat so that. Let me create a new chat. I'm coming now. Let me put generic there so that I don't mistake the two of them for each other. All right, so now let me create a new chat. So the first thing I want to do is I want to create a pre-sales page. What is the purpose of my pre-sales page? I want it to get people to sign up. The goal is I want people to give me their emails. So the first thing, and if you know anything about content writing, is that a good piece of content should educate people and answer their questions. So the first question I'll ask is, what questions will or what questions are people likely to have about creating a wheel for themselves? So first, let's ask the problems that people are likely to have, okay? So these are the questions that people have. So now these are some of the questions that people might have about creating a wheel. So I want to create a pre-sales page about one of these. So let's just pick one. So okay, just randomly pick one. Pick one topic that I think people would find questions that people would ask. A good way, if I was going to do this ordinarily, one of the things I would have done is I would have gone to Google and searched last will and testament, and come to the people also ask, what is the simplest form of a will? And see the question people are asking. Can you write your own will without a lawyer? Can you see this? Can you write your own will without a lawyer? Look at what ChatGPT brought up. Should I consult a lawyer when creating a will? Which means this answer, this is actually something that this is actually a question that people are actually asking, right? So let's say we want to create a pre-sales page based on that. Let's see. Any other questions? What makes a will invalid? Who can write a will? Where's the best place to write a will? Okay, so these are some questions that people ask. So now let's create a will. Let's create a pre-sales page around, should I consult a lawyer when creating a will? Now, obviously, I want the title to be attractive, and I want people to be attracted to it. So the first thing I want to start with is the headline. So now this is the real beauty of ChatGPT. Where whenever you're giving it a prompt, you want the prompt to be as detailed as possible. The more detailed it is, the better the results that it can give you. So now let's see. So now, give me some suggestions. Who is somebody's mic is making noise? Okay, it's Chidima. All right. So now, give me some suggestions for a headline of a pre-sales page that answers the question, should I consult a lawyer when creating a will? Now I can stop here, but I want to give it more context. So I would say stuff like this sales page, this pre-sales page is targeted at people who are considering creating a will, but do not know how to go about it. They also do not want to visit a lawyer, and so are curious about if they need a lawyer to create their will. Again, I'm still on the headline. I've not even started the procedure. I'm still on the headline. The headlines should be very catchy and draw attention. It should draw the reader's attention. It should make them curious enough to click and read through the page. Again, I could have stopped here, but I decided to give you more context. So I said the page is targeted at these particular people. This is the problem they have. This is what they are trying to achieve and all that. Then I also gave it some parameters. Okay, I want it to be very catchy. I want it to draw the reader's attention. It should make them curious enough to click and read through the page. So now let's see what it comes up with. Anyway, remember, these are just headlines. Okay. Now look at the titles alone. Just read through the titles alone. Are you still here? Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on these titles?
Like, wow.
Okay. So okay, so now let me just copy everything. Let me copy everything and save them here. So now let me make a new page. Specific version. So just headlines. So headlines, Control Shift. So these are just headlines. So which one do you think we should work on? Which one would you pick?
I think number 3 for me.
Okay. Okay, number 3. Okay. Okay, now so that means people that are reading this are trying to avoid expensive lawyer fees. They don't want to pay so much to lawyers. All right. Any other person like, should we go with number 3 or should we try something else?
Let's go number 3.
All right, number 3. Fine. So we are going with number 3. So create your without breaking the bank. Learn how to avoid expensive lawyer fees. So now let's bring that down here. So this would be the heading of our pre-sale page, right? Good. So now let's see. So I'll tell it I like number 3. Can you give me a detailed outline for the article? The outline should cover all the things that the reader wants to know. It should be informative and also engaging and keep the reader engrossed to the end. Remember, this is an outline. So I first started with, I didn't normally like, I told it to write it. If it writes it, it's not write it well. So I'm breaking it down, give me an outline. Okay. Now this is the standard outline for the article, right? Abi? So let's copy it. Come and put it here. Okay. So now I want to write the introduction, right? So now, so again, for same structure, this is the instruction. Give it some parameters. Give it some parameters to ensure that it knows how to sound, right? So, and this is the part that most people do. Because the argument that most people will tell you about AI is that, oh, AI cannot have personality. I'm going to show you that that's a lie. AI can have personality. At least this AI, it can have personality, all right? So, make the tone of the entire content catch fun and engaging. Use examples, statistics and stories where necessary. Give it a personal touch and make the reader feel like they are reading a letter from their best friend who is very knowledgeable. All right. So now, this is just introduction. Oh. Give it some time to process. It made a mistake. You see, it made a mistake. It just copied what I mentioned and just put it there. So I'm going to ask you to write it. And this is another thing. If you don't like what ChatGPT writes, you can tell it what to change. So I'm going to tell you what to change. What again? In the third paragraph, I think they removed that be sure to be. I'm coming. I'm coming. Oh, okay. I'm coming now. Yeesh. I made a mistake. I did Control X and I cut all the first things I've written before. Shit. I have to write it again. That's the problem with iPhone. That's the problem with iPhone. I have to type out everything again. Let me see if there's a way to retrieve it. I can't access it. I have to start again. I'm coming on. I'm trying to see if I can access what I pasted because I don't want to type it out from scratch. I can't access it. Okay, I have to start from scratch. I have to start from scratch. So let's start again. To make the following edits. Less repetitive. What again? In the third paragraph, don't say pros and cons of consulting a lawyer. Replace it with something that the reader cares about, such as the dilemma that they are in, or a problem that they want to solve by reading this article. That's a little bit vague, but I'm optimistic to see how it will handle it. Number 3, you delete the last paragraph. It is not part of the let me just, I'm coming now. Content. It's an instruction for you to, let me quickly copy that last part again. Give me a sec. So I don't delete it. Okay. So all right, so these are the comments I made on that first part. Again, this is why I said that it is only a copywriter, a content writer, a creative that knows how to use ChatGPT that will replace you. Because to be able to do all of this, I need to actually have a knowledge of how good content works. So what you need to do is to understand what makes good content different from bad content. So that when you're working with ChatGPT, you can differentiate it. Now, if I was to, ChatGPT can debug code. But if I was to ask ChatGPT to write code, because I don't know what good code or bad code looks like, I'll be able to tell the difference. So also as a content writer or a copywriter or whatever, if you can't tell the difference between good copy and bad copy, between good content and bad content, you will not be able to make these corrections. So this is why you need to understand what makes content good. So this is why you need to take courses, learn what makes good content good, so that you can now know how to use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is simply a multiplier. It multiplies your output. Whatever it is you can do, ChatGPT allows you to do it better. So if you don't know how to write good content, ChatGPT is not going to help you write better content. Do you get? So now let's see the changes it makes. All right. So I'll probably just edit this first line in this article. I don't want to go over it again. So I'll just edit this part. But this is just, remember, this is just the introduction. We have not gotten to the other parts. So this is just introduction. So now let's paste this. This is the introduction. So let's paste this. Control Shift V. All right. So imagine this. Blah blah blah. I like this part. Pay expensive fees just to create in this article. We are going to show you. Okay, I'll probably change this to the good news is you don't have to. In this article, we're going to discuss again, and this is another thing. When you're writing an article, you want to make it focus on the reader, not on the writer. So instead of we are going to, I want it to be like you will learn the best way to create a will without breaking the bank. You also learn alternative options that are just as effective and 10 times. Now, this is another thing. Whenever you're writing copy, you can tell ChatGPT to exaggerate. You can tell ChatGPT to greatly exaggerate. I use this a lot when I'm writing. I'm coming. I'll show you an example. I use ChatGPT when I'm writing. Whenever I'm writing things that has to do with, maybe I'm trying to talk to my client. Okay, good. So if you can look at this, write a conclusion for my Upwork provider as a product and growth marketer. This conclusion should greatly exaggerate some specific measurable results. So if you're writing a CV, I want to exaggerate what you have done. I'm not telling you to use it. I'm just saying that you can. I'm not telling you to use it. So if you use it and they catch you, I'm not the one that sent you. But I can tell you to greatly exaggerate and to give me some numbers that are out of this world. Of course, you don't need to use it, but if you're writing a CV or you need something that needs a direct number equivalent, this is a great way to do it. So anyway, let's go back to this. So we've written the intro and I'm satisfied with the intro. Now let's go to the this next heading. But the problem is I actually don't like this heading. The pros and cons of consulting a lawyer. I don't like this heading. I'm going to tell it. Okay, now to the next section. But I don't like this subheading. It's too bland. Can you suggest some more headings that are targeted at the reader's problem and is more engaging? Again, just some ideas, maybe to give us something better. Instead of just pros and cons of consulting a lawyer, let's see if we can get some headings. Aha. I like this, but do not mention pros and cons. Also, you can make the headlines less. Can you make the headlines more conversational and friendly rather than sounding officious and stuffy, right? Okay. I said you shouldn't mention pros and cons. Still stupid. I said you shouldn't mention pros and cons. You did not answer. So, which one do you think we should choose out of all of these headlines? So, which one do you think we should mention? Which one do you think we should choose out of all of these 8? Personally, I would remove anyone that mentions pros and cons personally, but what do you guys think? Pick one. Nobody's speaking.
Number 6. Number 6.
Number 6.
The 6th one.
Okay. Okay. Does anybody agree? Does anybody have a different opinion? Do you think I should check another one?
Number 7.
Number 7. Okay. Oh, yeah, more people should talk. Yeah, more people. 6 or 7. Yeah. Nobody else is talking. Nobody's talking. Personally, I'm more partial to number 7, but nobody else is talking. Oh, people are chatting. Somebody said number 8. Creating a Willis will and testament is a lawyer necessary. 6. Okay. We got it to 6s. Personally, I'm more partial to number 6 actually. Is it what the cost? I like that number 6 too. Oh, yeah, more people. Suggest. Let's go 2 or 3 more people. We have 3 people going for number 6. 3 if you include me. 1 person for number 7, 1 person for number 8. Yeah. If you are here, suggest now. Okay, since nobody's answering, let's just go with number 6. All right, so let's go. I like number 6. Okay. Now let's see what it goes. Let's see what it comes up with. Now, yeah, let's read it. You can read if you can read if you can read it. Just quickly read through so that when you're done, scroll down. So that I want to know that you are following because I want to make some tiny edits. Have you guys read through it? Did you get the gist of what did you get the gist of what ChatGPT brought out? If you have read it and you followed it to the end, let me know so I can continue.
Yeah, I've read it.
All right. So the two things I want to do, since I'm trying to sell an online product, I want to sell an online wheel maker. I don't want it to leave the decision completely open to them. So I want it to do a bit more to convince the reader that light wheel is just as good as going to a lawyer. So I'm going to tell it to do that. So I like this, but I would like you to take the position. I want to take the position my online wheel maker, light wheel, completely eliminates the need for a lawyer. Mention that light wheel. So I said, do not mention online wheel making software and do it yourself guides. Only mention light wheel. Also, add a few more jokes. All right, so now let's ask it to change its position and to be more favorable. All right. So who was followed and who read it through? Again, I'll probably still make a few tiny edits to this, but this is like 90% okay. I'll probably just reduce the amount of time it talks about light wheel, or I'll not be so direct in talking about light wheel. I'll just make some tiny edits, but by and large, this is perfect. This is really okay. Abi guys, what do you think?
Yeah, this seems okay. Seems okay to me. More than okay, sir.
I'll probably just make a few edits.
I feel like the way it just said with light wheeling, that's after that death.
Yeah, it's too. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to change it. Yeah, right, I'm going to change it. So that's the challenge that I had too, because I feel like it's too sudden. To be fair, I asked you to do it, but I don't want to ask you to change it again. So I'll just make, again, these are minute changes. So you're just going to have to spend less time just editing, doing some minute changes and stuff like that. It's okay, good. So now, when it comes to creating a wheel, one person that comes to mind is whether or not. Okay, let's. I might not add this one here since we are looking at pros and cons. I might not add this one here, so let me remove it and just dump it at the bottom. And this is how, anytime I'm writing, this is how I write now. So instead of making sure the writing is perfect, I just keep dumping all the stuff on the page, then start cutting and cutting away. People that have worked with me closely, especially people that have written with me, I know Chinaza has worked with me, I know Merit has worked with me. One of the things I always tell people that write for me is the best kind of writing is the one where there's nothing left to take away, not the one that there's nothing left to add. So whenever this is just, I'm not teaching on writing today, but this is also to keep in mind when you're writing. Whenever you're writing, you want to cut off as much extra stuff as much as you can, because it is extra work for your reader if they have to plow through content that they do not really need to. So all right, now let's we don't need to mention light view here. So another thing I want to do is I want to sound more confident. So all this can, may, I want to remove it. So I want to remove all this can, may. Okay. Now, so another thing, and this is something that ChatGPT probably cannot do, right? So things like this now, spend your time doing something more fun, like watching a movie or reading a book. Now, this is perfectly okay, but based on what I know about the product and based on what I know about the person that is likely to be reading this article, they probably cherish other things like watching a movie or reading a book. They cherish things like playing golf, because they are likely to be older people, catching up with friends, catching up with family, playing with their grandkids. That's are things that they will cherish, man, will have a more hard-hitting impact on them than things like watching a movie or reading a book. Do you get? So these are the tiny things that AI cannot get, that needs your understanding of the client, your understanding of the person reading the article, that ChatGPT would not get. And these are the tiny things that would help you stand out. Do you get? All right, so I think we are done with second. I think we are done with the second. We are done with the second of we're done with the second part. So now I want to do the third subheading again. The third subheading. This one I'm just going to go straight to talking about light rail. So let's change the subheading again. Right. So let's come here. Okay, so what do we say? We said subheadings. I don't like the subheadings, it's too bland. Okay, let's move to the next subsection. But I don't like the subheadings. Ish, I made a mistake. It's already stopped. I made a mistake, so let's continue. Can you suggest some headings that are targeted? These subheadings should focus on light rail as the best alternative to hiring a lawyer. It should be very engaging and attractive. Use copywriting best. And this is something you can do again. If there's a specific copywriting framework you want to use, can you still hear me? So let's say, for example, you want to use the ADA formula. You want to write a landing page. You can use the ADA formula to give you subheadings. You can do that actually. Tell it to use the ADA formula to give you subheadings. You can tell it to use the PAS, problem agitation solution. You can do that if you are trying to write a landing page. Though I'll probably, if I'm trying to do a short course on ChatGPT, if I want to do that, I'll probably go into it, but I'm not going into that now. All right, so now let's see, what does it come up with? So can you see this thing actually knows what best copywriting best practices are, using action words, making a promise to the reader, creating a sense of urgency, and encouraging the reader to take action. So which one do you think we should check? You should use out of all of these 8? Pick one. Yeah, let's quickly pick. Pick one. What do you think we should use? Nobody's replying me. I believe people have. I'm dealing one here. Number 2, okay, is there an affordable way to create your will light rail? Okay. Number 7, creating your will, how light can help you save time and money. Okay. Somebody said 2, somebody said 7. Who else? Why is nobody saying number 3? Like, it's perfectly in line with what they're saying. Say goodbye to expensive lawyers. How light you can I'll probably just change this to create your will in less than 10 minutes with light rail. That's what I would say. I'll probably choose number 3. I don't know how everybody is keeping number 3. Come, give me a second. Did I change the subheading? I didn't change the subheading. We chose, for the former subsection, we chose number 6. We chose number 6. So let me go and paste it. So personally, I want to choose number 3. Say goodbye to expensive lawyers. How lightly can I create your will in minutes? So let's copy this. I chose number 3 and edited it to, can you write the content for this section? Remember to talk only about light wheel and how it is the best way to create your will without needing a lawyer. Mention all the pros of light wheel, such as its speed, versatility. Describe in detail versatility, ease of use, and extreme affordability. Remember to keep the content fun and engaging using stories, analogies, statistics, and witty jokes where you can. All right, so now let's see. Okay, so this is, have you read it? What do you think? Your thoughts? Nobody's saying anything. Okay, let me just copy it and continue.
Yeah, I'm reading it though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, read
I'm
it.
still looking at
when you're done reading it. When you're done reading it, or when you need me to scroll up, let me know.
Scroll. I like. But scroll again.
Of course, you're going to need to
conclusion.
edit. You're going to have to edit, like this part now is the same thing as this part. So you probably just delete it and Move this win-win situation
And then
here.
I
So
think
just do
in
some
the
tiny,
beginning
tiny,
part,
tiny edits.
I think if you scroll up a bit, the part where
Yeah,
it starts saying with light wheel, like this corner part here,
yeah.
this with light wheel, then it says with
Mm-hmm.
light wheel again in the next paragraph. So it reads somehow. So you probably have
Okay,
to
all right.
change
Let's
what
tell it to change it. I like this, but same with light wheel is but appears too often and is too repetitive. Can you rewrite it to be less repetitive and flow better? So let's see if it can change that. Still doing the same thing. Best thing about this service. Okay. So that's probably that's a limitation of that's a limitation of ChatGPT that you would have to change as an expert writer. So let's copy it and go and edit it. We'll not mention, obviously we'll change this service to Lightwheel. So let's edit it. Okay, so I also want to change the fact of, can you use a different joke than we've used it in a previous paragraph. Let's see what it says. Oh, you need to write everything from scratch. ChatGPT is not going to like that. Blah 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 blah. Aha! Now this is much better. I like this. I like this. I really, 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 really like this.
But they mentioned the deaths and taxes again.
Yeah, of course you can remove that. You can remove that. But like this particular, do you know how long it has taken me to come up with this? Like I'm just trying to point out that people that say that AI cannot put emotions into content, can you see that they are wrong? AI can definitely make jokes, put emotion into content. You just have to give it the right parameters. Okay, so now let's copy this. We'll probably go change it. So I don't need this part again. So let me just add the call to action. Since I already explained what to do this. I mean I can if I want, but um I feel like there's no need to go through the step by step. We already have videos on the landing page explaining how light will work. So I'll just write the CTA. Again, like I said, this CTA is for people to I'm coming. So we just need a CTA telling people to sign up on our landing page. So, all right. So all right, so just the CTA left. I don't know, this call to action sounds bland. Merit has left. This call to action reads bland, or what do you think? All right, let's see. Let's see if we can meditate. This is a bit better. But I personally I don't like when you start a paragraph with "are you." Okay, now let's fix this. So I think this should fix it. Most people have left. Oh, I like this. I like this better. All right, so this is much better. Use enable closed caption. I'm coming up. Somebody enabled closed captioning. That's fine. All right, so let's copy this. Let's copy this and paste it as the CTA. So all right, I probably should have this subheading here. Okay. All right, so now so I'm done creating the sales page, right? So let me move all the subheadings away so that you can read it. So I'll send this document to the group and so that you can read it. I'll send this document to the group so that you can read it and see how easy it is to create anything really with ChatGPT. So again, we didn't use all of this. Let's just cut it out. All right. All right. So now this is our pre-sale page. And this is our pre-sale page. In 1 hour 30 minutes, we are done with an entire article, pre-sale article. Simple, quick, and ready to go. How many words? Nine 967 words. 967 words. Now compare that to the first, compare what we were able to get. Compare what we were able to get. With what we first got. Look at what we first got. Look at what we first got. Look at what we first got. So that's how I use ChatGPT, right? So if you have any questions, you can ask. It's already 9:30. You spend 1 hour 30 minutes. If you have any questions, you can ask. But that's how I use ChatGPT and how it makes my work easy and how I create really great content.
Okay, Favor, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you so much for sharing how you use ChatGPT. I just wanted to ask, like, when you're done with the content like this, do you plug it into an AI checker? Because some clients like say they don't like work or they plug it.
Okay, in that situation, then you might have to do some deep rewriting. But none of the clients that I work with, I can't remember the last time a client has asked me to use AI writing, because the client usually gives me full-on control over the content. So do you know any AI checker that we can use to check it?
My friend sent me one. I can just send the link to this chat box on Zoom.
Oh, yeah, send the link. Yeah, send the link. Send the link. Let's try it. There's a chance that it will be high, but you can easily rewrite it. By the time you use you run it through Grammarly, chances are it'll have edited it enough. I mean, I can't remember the last time somebody I've asked to write for an article and they were like, they're going to check plagiarism and all of those things. They don't usually do that. But let's check it, if you want to run it through it. For most of my clients, if what the content says is good enough, they don't really care how you created it.
Yeah, so I sent it to the chat box.
Okay. Open AI detector. Okay, let's see. Now let's copy all the text. This is the new GPT-2, and we are in GPT-3. Fake 97.64%. Fair enough. But again, I've never had the issue of a client saying that, oh, we don't want you to use ChatGPT because we said it's based on only the first 510 tokens. So in that case, you can always rework particular sentences, right? You can always rework particular sentences if you need to and fix that. But again, I don't know how real this thing is. So let me check. Let's check how let's check how good this ChatGPT detector is, because sometimes they are actually not good at all. Okay. Let's copy some part of our article. Okay. Let's put it here. To be fair, it did catch that this is originally written. Well, in that case, you might want to start reworking each sentence little by little. You might have to do that. But again, the idea is that, for me at least, the idea is that it allows me to write from scratch without having to rack my brain with all of these things. So I don't need to start thinking from scratch. I can actually generate ideas the way. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know why a client, I don't think a client can stand up and tell me don't use AI to write it. Why? Why do you care? It's not like Google is going to derank it. It's not like the content is not going to be converting. So I don't know why a client tell me that. If a client tells me that, I probably don't want to work with a client, because there's no reason why you should want me to write everything from scratch if what I'm giving you is good enough. But I've never even had a client that asks me, oh, are you using this or that? So again, it depends on you and the clients you're working with. But this has to run you through it and it works, then I guess you're gonna have to write it from scratch. But even at the very least, the way you are able to generate this outline enough, I feel like this outline enough is enough value that you can now begin to use to brainstorm to write the article by yourself if you want. Sure, you get.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was a friend that she used ChatGPT to write content. Then the client plugged it inside that AI and he was like, he doesn't want it because it's AI content. So she just asked me if I used it. So I was just thinking how to use it for like ideation and stuff.
Yeah, she can use it for ideation, and then whenever she writes any paragraph, she can write the paragraph. So for example, now if I want to write, let's see, maybe I want to write this particular 2 paragraphs now. Let's say I put it in the GPT detector thing and it says that it's fake. It's writing to defeat all of these AI articles is just that it's a little bit stressful. All right, it's fine. So let's say we want to write this. Let's try and write this. Hiring a lawyer for a will, is it worth the cost? So let's see. So we can change that to should you hire a lawyer for your will? All right, so now let's go. When it comes to creating a will, the first thing that comes to mind is whether or not to hire a lawyer. When looking to create a will,
I'm sorry, Favor. I'd like to ask if you want to write
yeah,
it, can you just use Quillbot to rewrite it?
yeah, I've heard people using Quillbot to write it, but I don't use Quillbot because I don't think it's free. Is it?
And there's like a
It's
free,
not
I think
free.
like 150 words or so per you can do per time. But if it's paid, I think you can
Yeah,
do like
so
1,000 words.
so if you have the paid version, you can just use it. All right.
Okay.
So let's put it in. Let's put it in. It's a little bit. It's a little bit above the. It's a little bit above the distance. Oh, I think it's paraphrase. So you can again you can always use stuff like this to rephrase it if you want. Very, very simple. You can also use word tune to rephrase it for you, and you'll be able to fix it. But again, I've never had a client that complained about stuff like that. And if they had, I'll probably question them. Okay, so what's the problem? It's not like it's plagiarism that Google will penalize you. Google is not going to penalize you because it's not plagiarism. So what's the problem? So yeah, that's just it basically. So yeah, play around with ChatGPT and share your results on the group and the stuff you're able to build with it. One of the things I'm playing around with is actually building a landing page. I've not had time to finish it. I'm planning to build a landing page with ChatGPT, and I should see how it works. So guys, that's the end of the class. Thank you for coming. We have spent over 1 hour 30 minutes. Thank you for coming. The recording should process. The recording should process before the end of tonight. I'll probably want to upload it to YouTube instead of Zoom. So we'll probably get it tomorrow. I'll try and upload it tonight and you get it tomorrow.